Welcome back to another UFC fight prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the main card fights for UFC Fight Night 172, Figueiredo versus Benavidez 2. So without further ado, let's get to our first fight on the main card. So in our first fight, we have in the flyweight division, Alexandre Pantoja versus Askarov. So look at this fight right here. They have a familiar or similar opponent or a same opponent in Brandon Moreno. So Pantoja beat Moreno twice. He beat him in the house on the Season of Champions, and he beat him in the UFC. Yeah, so he beat him both times. I think both times it was a decision. I don't think he finished him either time, but in the house it was a decision, I believe. And the second time it was like both times it was just pretty much he just had his number, was tearing him up. Askarov fought Brandon Moreno to a close draw. I mean, close fight. That was a draw. I don't know how you get a close draw, but it was a draw. So obviously it was close if it was a draw. But in that fight, I feel Brandon Moreno beat him, but Askarov got lucky and they just got him away with a draw when it really should have been a win for Brandon Moreno. But it's not MMA math. Styles do play a factor. So just because a guy you beat twice beat him don't mean you're going to beat him. You got to go out there and win the fight yourself. So I'm saying that, but also I'm not saying that just because of MMA math he wins. So looking at how it matched up, Alexander Pantoja versus Askarov. Askarov will definitely have the grappling, wrestling advantage. I think Pantoja will have the jiu-jitsu advantage. But I think overall, Pantoja is the better fighter in my opinion. I think he's longer, stronger, better striker. Has more ability to finish. Where Askarov is like one of those sambo wrestler type fighters where they won't really be able to have the best submission game on you. They'll be able to take you down, control you, lay on you. If you can't, they can just wear you out. They can get a finish, but they're not the guy that's going to take you down and just be so sleek with their ground game that they'll be able to snatch on a neck. I mean, get on your back, lock up, and then choke you out. They're the people that's going to take you down, lay on you, and beat on you. That's their style. But to get more to the point, this one, not drag it out too much. I think Alexander Pantoja can definitely stuff a lot of Askarov's takedown attempts. I'm not saying he'll stuff all of them. Then on the ground, he'll be able to get back to his feet or be able to hold his own, be able to even threaten with submissions off his back. But I definitely don't think he'll give Askarov, the fight he wants. I think he's going to make Askarov have to work for everything he wants. Everything he wants and needs, he's going to have to work for. And Pantoja's going to be stuffing a lot of his takedowns, neutralize takedowns, and even when he gets his takedowns, he'll be popping up, so making Askarov have to work. I think Pantoja is clearly the better striker. Askarov has some good power and good speed with his shots, but most of his shots are pretty sloppy. Like a lot of these grapplers and wrestlers, like they'll throw overhand of these big looping shots, and just be throwing stuff out there just so they can, keep you off them long enough so they can get space to shoot a takedown. That's all they do. And Pantoja is just the cleaner strike. I think he'll be able to chew him up from distance, chew him up close with elbows, and just really pick him apart anywhere this is striking. And I think he'll be able to neutralize takedowns. So I see him stuffing a lot of takedowns, making them work, then picking them apart on the feet. I don't think it's a finish, but I think it's clear enough that Pantoja will be the winner in this one, winning 2, if not 3 of the rounds. I think he'll likely win all 3 rounds, but I'm going to say at least 2, if not 3. And it's like I said, stuffing the takedown, making Askarov working, and it's picking them apart on the feet. So in this fight, I got Alexandre Pantoja via decision. Now on to our next fight we have in the women's flyweight division, Ariane Lipski versus Luana Carolina. And this one's a straightforward one right here. Luana Carolina, she has a good frame and a good size. But I think going against Ariane Lipski, who's been a champion outside the UFC and has had experience outside the UFC at a higher caliber, whereas Luana Carolina didn't fight at the highest caliber outside the UFC, and it shows in her skill set, pretty one-dimensional, and her one dimension isn't that fleshed out. Like, she has some striking, and she pretty much got a 1-2. No real footwork, but she's long and she can throw a 1-2. So if you're going to walk straight in towards her, she'll tear you up all day. But if you use any head movement, throw any kicks, mix up any angles, she'll be missing because all she knows how to do is throw straight down the center line. Like, there's a 1-2 down the line. That's what she knows how to do. Like, straight line shots, but don't know how to really circle off, don't know how to move those feet to move that line. Like, that line's going to be on a straight. So you cut that thing off any different angles, she's not going to have no answer for it. Whereas Ariane Lipski has a grappling game. She has kicks. She has punches. I mean, Luana Carolina's striking like with his pure hands. Carolina probably beat her, but the fact that she can mix in kicks, mixing little blitzes, mixing takedowns. I think Ariane Lipski is the faster, sharper fighter, the more well-rounded fighter, the more technical fighter. And like I said, she just has far more tools and far more experience than Luana Carolina. Like I said, Carolina just has a frame and some decent boxes, some long limbs, but that's about it. So I think Ariane Lipski can outstrike her and win this fight everywhere it needs to be taken. Everywhere it takes place, and I think she'll take it in multiple. I think she'll mix in takedowns, mix in the grappling, mix in the strikes, and really just give Luana Carolina a lot of different looks. And just, like I said, just be the more experienced, more technical fighter that she is and win a decision. So in this fight, I have Ariane Lipski via decision. Now on to our next fight we have in the lightweight division, Mark Diakiese versus Rafael Fiziev. So looking at this fight, Fiziev, I think he has a little bit of a ground game, but he's not known for his ground game. He's a world-class striker. But that's about it. So he's a world-class striker with probably basic, decent grappling. Nothing spectacular. He's going against Mark Diakiese, who I think is the faster striker between the two. I think he's the longer fighter. I think he's the more technical fighter as far as MMA based. Maybe if they went into it. Matter of fact, even if they fought in the kickboxing match, I think Diakiese won. I think Diakiese's reflexes are better. I think his tools for striking are better. He has much better hands. He's a faster twitch, better reflexes. Like this, like anything you could think of, he pretty much does better than Fiziev. Fiziev's got some good spinning stuff, but you gotta realize Diakiese got some spinning stuff too. So they both got some spinning stuff. Like I said, but just keep it very broad and basic. Diakiese's faster, better reflexes, better arsenal, mixes up better. And then on top of that, people forget how explosive Diakiese is with his grappling as well. I'm not saying he's like the guy's going to jump out and hit a flying armbar on you, especially not at this level, but he's a guy that can definitely mix in some takedowns onto you real well. Definitely got good timing on takedowns, and he even has the big suplexes in his game. So he's a very explosive wrestler when he wants to be, and his grappling is very underrated. So he definitely has that angle. So I already feel that he's the better striker between the two, the fastest striker between the two, especially in MMA. How mixing all the stuff up in the MMA range, not like the kickboxing range, but like the MMA ranges for things. He knows that better, and he's adjusted to that better. And definitely on the center, like these last two fights, he showed how good he is. So to get to the point, I think he's the better striker, not by a lot, but notably, significant enough that's a factor that he's the better striker. And also he has a grappling aspect that he can definitely implement in it. I think he'll have a lot of success if he mixes that in well, like mixing in the striking along with the grappling, giving Fiziev other things to worry about. And then that will allow him to even open up his striking game even more when Fiziev is worried about grappling and takedowns. So that's what I think I think Mark Diakiese outstrikes him, mixing takedowns, makes him worry about the takedowns, then really starts to unload with his striking. I think later on he probably ices it with a takedown in that last third round, probably 2 minutes in, and just wells on him and controls him for that last 3 minutes of that fight, of that round, and wins a clear-cut decision. So in this fight, I got Mark Diakiese via decision. Now to our co-main event, we have in the middleweight division, Jack Hermansson versus Kelvin Gastelum. And this is a very interesting fight for many reasons. Like, style-wise, it's interesting because Kelvin Gastelum, at this weight class, he kind of took advantage of being like the smaller, faster, fresher, more energy fighter versus a lot of these middleweights who were just bigger, stronger, and like they would like try to take him down and like use their size on him. But eventually he would be either just pop back up to his feet or let them, waste the energy trying to like grapple him, and then he'll just shoot him up and just like spit them out and start unloading on him. But now he's going against a guy in Jack Hermansson who's not one of these fights what's called like Jacare or who else tried to take him out, or like Tim Kennedy. For whatever reason, like I guess their cardio waned over the years, or just from wear and tear or whatnot. But Jack Hermansson, I don't see him as a guy that's gonna get tired. He has cardio, and I feel like he might not have the level of wrestling and grappling that those guys have, but he definitely is a guy that if he take you down and he's on top of you, you don't want to be there. Before Jack, like when Jack Hermansson was first kind of like coming onto the scene or was first being noticed, it wasn't his striking that you were worried about. Like he was an average or below average UFC caliber fighter as far as on stand up. It was if he takes you down and he gets a top position, like you're not going to get up. Basically, that was just about for no matter who you are, right at that mid tier level to lower tier level in the UFC. If he takes you down, you're not getting up. That's who he was. I don't know how much that is presently. I don't know how that's going to affect against Kelvin Gastelum, because definitely in the Weidman fight, when Weidman took him down, he struggled to get up. As a matter of fact, Weidman took him down and just had his way with him. Is Hermansson is strong or as good of a wrestler as Weidman? Probably not, but I think level of control is just about the same as Weidman, if not better, from the top position. So that's something you got to worry about. If he takes Gastelum down, it could be a quick fight. But I feel like Gastelum will be fast enough to be able to defend the takedowns or pop back up to his feet before Hermansson can establish control. But if Hermansson establishes control, I think Gastelum going to be pinned to the floor. But how I see the fight is, I see that Gastelum will be able to defend the takedowns. I see that he'll be fast and spring back up to his feet. And he'll definitely be motivated after coming off, 2 losses now? The brutal fight with Israel Adesanya, that he was supposed to rebound. He fought Darren Till, that he put on a lackluster performance. So I think in this fight, he's definitely going to be locked and loaded. He's going to be coming back motivated. And I feel like on the feet, it's his fight to win on the feet. Like he can do what he wants on the feet. He's much faster than Hermansson. packs much more power than Hermansson. And looking at Hermansson versus Jacare, when Jacare just pressured Hermansson didn't really have no counter. I mean, he did catch him with a couple of uppercuts, but Gastelum doesn't just walk with his chin forward like that. He does use his chin as like a guard a lot of times, but he's not a guy that leans over, hunches over to just put his chin out there for an uppercut. And I think on the feet, it's definitely a Gastelum fight. It really comes down to, can Hermansson take him down? And if he take him down, can he hold him down? Can he secure position and hold him down? And I think the case is going to be Gastelum defending the takedown, scrambling back up his feet, never allowing Hermansson, like I said, to stab his control. Because if he stabs his control, it's a very bad night for Gastelum. But I think he'll defend the takedown and be able to scramble and never allow Hermansson to get that control. I think he'll walk forward, chew up his legs, go to his body, go to his head, and just really walk forward pressure and train that takedown defense and grappling to a good degree, and this forward pressure, heavy forward pressure, and never allowing Hermansson to really get himself going. I think Hermansson still will find some time to get going, probably mix some clinches here. They might have some decent takedowns at points. But I think for the most part of this fight, it's going to be Gastelum pushing forward, going to body, coming up top, and backing Hermansson up. I think eventually Hermansson is going to crack and crumble in that third round to Gastelum's pressure, and Gastelum's going to take him out of the fight. So in this fight, I got Kelvin Gastelum via third round TKO. Now to our main event, we have in the flyweight division for the undisputed flyweight title, a rematch, Deiveson Figueiredo versus Joseph Benavidez 2. And this fight was originally for the title, and Deiveson Figueiredo won, but he didn't make weight, so no one won the belt. Now they're rematching again because of a headbutt and because of this and because of that. Well, really it was because of the headbutt, and they were saying that was controversial. And it's not like it's anybody in the flyweight division who's really in the picture right now outside of these two ready for a title shot just yet. So they're like, we don't have nobody waiting. It was a little bit of controversy to it, and definitely nobody even won the belt, so why not run it back? And they're running it back. So looking at this fight now, I don't think anything has changed. It's not like, it's not like, I was about to say Gastelum. It's not like Benavidez has changed his game. His game has pretty much been the same his whole career. He's gotten better at his game, but it's not like it has changed. He's always been that guy. Phenomenal, he's a phenomenal fighter. He's definitely beyond championship caliber. He's just that guy that can't really win the belt, but he has all the tools. He has power, he has speed, he has good fight IQ for the most part. He has good, amazing scrambling ability, he has amazing jiu-jitsu. He's it's no area where he's weak. Some areas where he could be better, but it's no areas where he's weak. All areas, he's top notch in every area. Maybe a little bit better with submission finishing ability outside of the guillotine. Maybe he can work on some more submission. But like I said, just about every area, he's a threat in all areas. But why he can't beat Deiveson Figueiredo, why Figueiredo's a bad style matchup for him is that Deiveson Figueiredo has the bigger 125er, great takedown ability, good ability to get back to his feet. And Benavidez is not the guy that's going to have the best ability to take you down and control you, especially a guy like Figueiredo who's so big and so explosive who could get back to his feet. So Benavidez can't hold him down, can't go the easy route and hold him down. Because like I said, Figueiredo he's bigger, he's explosive, and he can get back to his feet. Maybe it was a better grappler than Benavidez, a higher level grappler. I'm not saying Benavidez is not a high level grappler, but a higher level grappler with better grappling control, with better control, then they could take him down and go the easy route. But Benavidez basically had to fight him to take the hardest route, which is striking. And Benavidez strikes, which he favor, are the big wide looping shots. He'll come at you, he'll duck his head and swing these big hooks. And they can knock out a lot of guys. He'll be what he got him so good is that he has such good scramble ability, and he can out grapple so many of these people. And then if it came on the feet, he can outstrike these people. He packs so much power. He's so fast, so explosive. Got such good timing with his shots. Has such good understanding of range where he can land these big hooks and these big bombs from. But going against Deiveson Figueiredo's striking just cleaner, sharper, shorter. Their shots come long and they come short. So they're coming down the pipe. Not no wind up, just coming short. Coming short and clean down the pipe versus a guy who's swinging long looping shots. And that's really the clean cut and dry right there. It's wide looping shots. And like I said, Benavidez is very good at those wide looping shots. But when you got a guy that's a sharp shooter like Figueiredo is, and you're swinging these wide looping shots, his short, clean, straight, powerful shots gonna come down the pipe and crack you. And like I said, Benavidez gonna struggle to take him down, struggle to control him, and Figueiredo get back to his feet. Then on the feet, like I said, wide looping shots versus short, clean, long bombs down the middle. They're gonna beat your punch. He's longer than you, he's faster than you, shots are cleaner than you, and he got too much power. And you're gonna come straight down the line for him to hit you. You can mix in kicks and mix in this and that. It's gonna stretch the fight out, but in the end, it's gonna come down to the fact that you favor this wide looping shots versus his short and power shots. And you can't hold him down. So it's going to be a striking matchup, and he beats you in a striking matchup 9 times out of 10. So I see the fight playing out roughly like this, the first fight, except even cleaner for Figueiredo, and I think he stops him in the second round. So in this fight, I got Deiveson Figueiredo via second round TKO. And so that concludes my fight predictions for the main card of UFC Fight Night 172, Figueiredo versus Benavidez 2. And as always, thanks for watching.